Time to tackle the cab.
That driver's seat is actually pretty comfortable.
Whoa, easy, He-Man.
Woo! Cab is completely stripped. It is ready for our car builders. I'm gonna coat those areas with POR 15. And we're on to stage 2. This is gonna sound like a completely different vehicle.
Next up, stage 3.
But the majority of the sound from the engine is coming out of right here.
Alright, let's try to go fit it in. Hard part is going to be finding the holes in the ceiling because they're definitely covered with butyl mat. So that might be a challenge, but let's see what we can do.
Just cut out a big rectangle of carpet and I'm gonna do the hardest part. At least what I think might be the hardest part, which is the firewall and the floor. There's a lot to kind of mold this around, but luckily the carpet stretches pretty well. So I can put the adhesive down and then kind of stretch it around the different raised areas and into the lowered parts. This will either be really difficult or it'll go in really easily. I have done this once before. Our first van, I replaced the carpet in the cab. So I have like a teeny little bit of experience, but the Unimog is also completely different from any other vehicle. So let's see how this goes. One of the last things we have to do to finish this cab is to build a center console. This is going to be a lot of things for the cab. It's going to hold the dog bed for both dogs. It's going to have all of our cup holders because there's currently no cup holders in that cab at all. We have some storage nets, little storage compartments. There will be charging ports on it, all kinds of different things going on with the center console. The other thing is that I do not want to buy any ply for this project. We have some random sheets of ply right below me here. It's a mixture of 1/2 inch and 3/4, so we're gonna see what's going on, but I need to use up these sheets and we're right at the end of these projects, so I really don't want to buy more. So it should be an interesting challenge to work all of these things into one area, but we desperately need it in the cab. I'm probably gonna cover the ply with the same carpet that I did the flooring in as well, but yeah. A lot going on here, a lot that has to be accomplished, but this will do so much for us in the cab once it's finished. See if it all fits together.
Who we got?
It's nice and light.
That's good.
That is good. And there's really nothing there. There we go. Got it kind of under the cigarette thing there.
Oh, okay.
That ashtray we definitely should have kept, you know.
Yeah, what the heck? Let's think about picking up smoking.
Little dog bed for the guys. Oh, it looks like it fits really good. Little storage down there.
Nice.
Ooh, this looks good. Look at that. Wow, it's coming together.
I don't know what's going on here. Trying to get the air connected again. Mostly I'm trying to see how this even functions, to see if we can rip this part out of this base and put it in the old base.
What's going on with this whole situation? These are air ride seats that we bought for $75 out of a wrecked semi. And we were hoping to save some money because air ride seats, brand new, are super expensive. We tested them when we bought them, but that was way back in the summertime. They worked fine. They're a little beat up. The base has some surface rust. So I was planning on just cosmetically making it look a little bit better. But they functioned, so we were good. Now that we're about to put them in the cab, we cannot get the driver's seat air ride working. So we're not sure what's going on It was working. I feel like it's not completely broken.
Something's hooked up wrong. I connected the air directly to this part that raises and lowers, and it did go up.
Yeah.
So that's not damaged.
When we got the seats, they were absolutely disgusting. The actual seat part, the foam and the fabric cover, it was so bad. But they were $75. I knew what they looked like, and I knew they would have to be recovered. We have a very good friend who does automotive upholstery. So we knew that we could take the seats to him, have them recovered, and we wouldn't really have to worry about how dirty or gross the fabric was. We are here today at our friend's upholstery shop. The front seats in the Unimog are stock military, and although they're not that bad, we do want to upgrade them, and we got air ride seats, but they needed to be reupholstered for sure.
Here we're gonna look at colors for the fabric and the thread today and see what's going on. So let's go check it out.
One is totally different than the other one.
Yeah.
You gotta change which one you want.
Okay.
You want to hold it up, Drew?
Ooh. That looks so good.
All right, like these.
Denim, yeah.
And the other one is more so than brighter.
Oh, I see. Looks good. It looks amazing. Number one, Savannah, or number two?
I think I like number one.
All right. Number two, then, just to make it confusing. It looks amazing. Super excited.
Picking the bottom one?
Yeah, I knew it was gonna look good, but then seeing it in person, it's like, wow. Yeah, I think we're going with the bottom one.
It's so cool.
That's amazing.
It's gonna be on our seats.
It's incredible. Seeing that emblem actually on the material, it looks incredible. I knew it was gonna look good, but seeing it in person it's awesome. I'm super excited.
The seats are all good now. They're recovered, and I cannot wait to show you what they look like. You can only see the back right here. Oh my gosh, they're so cool. Eventually we hope to paint the Unimog in some sort of blue, so we tried to match the seat with the eventual outside color. You want to flip it around?
It looks nice still.
You want to flip it
I don't
around?
think it'll be an issue, color-wise. Unimog.
The embroidery is so cool. That's the Unimog logo, at least one of the logos. On the really high-end Unimogs, we've seen seats embroidered with the logo and the name. So we basically created that ourselves. What they looked like before, when they got delivered here, they were out of a wrecked semi, an older semi at that. So this is the glow up of the century, because these were disgusting. And now they're amazing. Jerry did so much work on these seats. Not only did he pull off the gross fabric, but he steamed all of the foam to get the shape back, and then we were able to pick out the fabric, so it's a vinyl. He did a ton of work on these seats. Huge, huge thank you to him. So now the big hurdle is getting them to fit. Like Drew said, there's an angle on the driver's side of our truck, and that is really difficult with this type of seat base. So I don't know how we're gonna modify this to fit, if it will even work. At the very least, we will keep the tops of the seats and put them on different bases if it really doesn't work, but we're gonna give it the old college try. We're gonna give it some good effort before we give up on it.
Most likely this base isn't going in. Passenger seat, yeah, probably just throw it in
Yeah,
there.
I wonder if we can take the seat base off the original driver's seat and somehow attach it onto this.
Yeah,
So it's going
and
to
that
come
goes
forward, so we got to make sure we can get it in there in the space. In there.
Okay, this isn't ideal because it's making it move forward, but we're gonna see if it's possible to make it work before we discount the idea. We might be able to offset the seat a bit, but it is pretty tight right there.
Farther
Yeah, like you can't go anymore without bringing it
The
up.
only thing to do is you can set the seat on it now.
So
Maybe.
Where's it?
it's hard to get it in the thing correctly. Well,
Yeah, but you just gotta look at it and see if it's gonna.
see if I can still drive. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell with that carpet there, though, too.
Yeah, it's forward all the way, so it should go back more, right? If you pull that, the rail should slide more. No, that's it.
It's definitely close. Only if it's back about 5 inches.
Those holes should line up with your thing. They did before, so.
Aha! Aha! It looks right already. Yeah, this is perfect.
All right, well that's what you need then. So you can sock it home.
I mean, we don't have air, so.
Your height is what it is.
But height feels good.
We've been testing out all the little pieces that we added to the cab, and we noticed that when the shifter is in 7th, it is well in front of this, but when you bring it back into 8th, so at the farthest point to the side and the farthest point back, the shifter doesn't hit, but your hand is kind of uncomfortably against this piece. So I'm just gonna cut out this corner, and that should open it up so that you can really shift comfortably into all the different gears. I definitely would have really preferred not to do this just because of all of the sawdust in combination with the carpet, but I think I kept it mostly clean with some painter's tape and the vacuum. It does look pretty good. I rounded the 2 edges that otherwise would have just been square, so now it looks like a cute little seat. See how the carpet goes around this now. This is gonna need some trimming for sure. The thing about this carpet is it really, really stretches, but you gotta like bully it into place. The cab is finally finished. All the soundproofing is done, the seats are in, we have our center console, we have our dog pedestal for the middle. It really only should fit one dog, but they both cram themselves in here. You guys are funny. So we thought what we should do now is show you the difference between before and after with the soundproofing, because it has made a huge difference and we definitely want to show you how that changed.
I'm gonna fire it up. We're gonna see the difference of sound. The truck, of course, is still gonna be noisy, but I do think this is gonna do a lot to dampen it. Power on. And here we go. Right away you can tell I haven't changed my speaking volume at all. It's definitely quieter than it was.
So let's go back to what it sounded like before. Cold start.
Nice cold start, yeah. Not super cold, so it wasn't that bad. So it's not terribly loud in here. We're kind of used to louder vehicles. We had an 87 van. The bus cab wasn't loud, but it wasn't quiet. If you're coming from a modern like car, SUV, into a vehicle like this, it probably seems pretty extreme. To me, this was actually quieter than I expected when we got it.
And this is how it sounds now. I think it's a pretty big improvement.
It definitely dampens it quite a bit. I really noticed even in the shop when we were working on it, first time I closed the doors, I couldn't hear the heater that runs in the shop very much. So I was like, okay. And now with it running, you can tell. It's definitely like, it's just more contained.
Now the other big test, we're gonna show you the before and after of actually driving the Unimog down the road and the difference in how it sounds in this cab.
Go. Totally dampens that engine sound. It's not bad at all. Let me get that to a road speed here. There we go. There's actually, these ones are quieter. The lower gears are a bit louder. Doesn't seem like it's getting much louder. Alright, we're starting to get some speed now. Get a little bit of noise in the top end. Going about 40, maybe 45. I like these roads. You feel like you're going fast on these roads. There's actually context. I mean, you're moving pretty fast. Big interstate doesn't seem like it. About 50 right now. This road's actually only 50 miles per hour, so I won't be able to get all the way to 60, but it sounds about the same.
All right, that's all we have for you. This is a completely different experience riding in here now after everything that we added.
Yeah, the new seats are nice as well. We don't have them on air yet, but even without that, they're pretty comfortable. Definitely as comfortable as the bus, if not more.
And we want to thank our build sponsor, Car Builders. They sponsored this episode and they did send us all of those Car Builder products to test out in the Mog. So far, we are really happy with all of those products. It was very easy to install them and they've made a huge difference. So if you want to check out the 3 products that we used in our cab, we will leave them down in the description below.
Yeah, if you're building something for long-term travel, long expedition, I would definitely recommend these products. It's going to help a lot. I definitely already am feeling it, and I'm excited. Yeah. I'm excited to just experience them over the long haul.
Yeah, it takes away the sound and heat fatigue of being in the cab of an ex-military vehicle. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you for the next episode.
Later. Woo! I mean, this doesn't even give, I can't even tell because it's definitely close.